So get this, Hollywood just gave Meghan and Harry the coldest shoulder imaginable. No sugarcoating, no polite, we'll circle back. Netflix straight up slammed the door in their faces. Can you believe it? Remember when the Sussexes landed that massive Netflix deal and the world went nuts? Everyone thought we were about to witness this era-defining media empire rise from the ashes of royal tradition. Like, finally, Meghan and Harry were going to do their thing, unfiltered, unrestricted, and oh so Hollywood. But guess what? The dream fizzled, big time. Netflix, the same company that once treated them like they were Hollywood royalty, just hit them with a flat, emotionless no. No more time, no more money, no more patience, done. They were handed the golden ticket, millions of dollars, creative freedom, a top-tier production team. And what did we get in return? A watered-down documentary, some forgettable podcast episodes, content so safe and glossy it might as well have been background noise. Nothing bold, nothing raw, just fluff. Netflix waited and waited, but the views didn't come. The buzz? It vanished faster than Harry's British citizenship. And when Meghan and Harry came crawling back months later asking for more time, that was the final straw. Like, are you kidding? This isn't the royal court. This is Hollywood. Nobody's handing out extensions because you used to live in a palace. Netflix execs weren't having it. One of them literally said, "This is business. We're not here to fix anyone's brand." That's brutal. They genuinely thought being royal was enough, that the world would stay obsessed with them just because of their titles. But guess what? Titles don't write scripts. They don't produce hit shows. And they certainly don't keep Netflix subscriptions active. So when they showed up with new pitches and a laundry list of excuses, creative roadblocks, reshoots, pressure from the outside world, Netflix had already moved on. They weren't buying it at all. And now the ripple effect is everywhere. All those other platforms that once begged for a meeting with the Sussexes, crickets. The phones aren't ringing. The interest isn't there. Hollywood's unofficial verdict is in. Meghan and Harry are underwhelming. Now they're out here knocking on doors they wouldn't have even looked at 2 years ago. Smaller production companies, indie projects, desperate pitches for podcasts and docuseries, and anything that might get a green light. Meghan's even thinking about going back to acting. Remember when she said she was done with all that after Suits? Yeah. Desperation changes things. She doesn't even care if the roles are tiny now. She just wants back in the spotlight. Something. Anything. And Harry? Oh, poor Harry, he's floating in limbo. He's not a writer, not a producer, not a director. He's just a guy. A famous guy, yes, but a guy with no place in the industry. That memoir? It sold copies, sure, but it didn't cement anything. It didn't open any new doors. And now, they're not chasing a comeback. They're just trying to survive. You know what's worse than scandal in Hollywood? Silence. And that's where Meghan and Harry are now. The excitement is gone. The media doesn't obsess like it used to. No more red carpet buzz. No more fawning exclusives. Just fading relevance. The problem isn't just the content anymore. It's their credibility. Meghan and Harry promised something raw, real, transformative. What we got was bland and forgettable. And when your brand becomes synonymous with missed potential, it's hard to bounce back from that. People in the industry have started whispering, not rumors, real talk. Executives are saying they overplayed their hand, that they thought the media would bend for them, but that's not how it works. Hollywood respects one thing, authenticity, and the couple that once begged for the world to hear their truth forgot how to speak it. Their work, overproduced, their image, too polished, their message, muddled. And now, the behind-the-scenes energy is straight up frantic. Not confident, not strategic, just frantic. Ideas are getting greenlit, not because they're great, but because they're desperate for relevance. And now, Meghan is pulling every string she can reach. She's shopping around for lifestyle deals. Skincare lines, wellness blogs, maybe even a Goop-style empire if she can swing it. She's reportedly open to cameos, even on reality shows. Yep, reality shows. That's how far we've come. From royal tours to reality TV whispers, it's whiplash. She wants visibility, not to rebuild an empire. She's not playing the long game anymore. She just wants relevance, headlines, clicks, anything to break through the silence. But here's the problem. There are already 1,000 lifestyle influencers out there, and guess what? They do it better. They've got communities, not just followers. Meghan stepping into that space now doesn't feel fresh. It feels late. And Harry? Oh man. Harry's the wild card that no one knows how to play. His name opens doors, but once he's in the room, it's like, what now? He's not a talk show guy, he's not an actor, he's not a producer, he's not anything, really, in this space. Right now, he's just a prince without a castle, trying to be taken seriously in an industry that needs results. Not potential, not backstory, not scandal, results. And let's not even get started on the trust issues. Executives are skittish, very skittish. There's baggage here. Tabloid drama, lawsuits, awkward headlines, online polarization. They dominate the news, but not always in a good way. And no studio wants to bankroll uncertainty. Remember Spotify? That split hit way harder than people realize. It wasn't just about a failed podcast. It was about consistency, dependability, trust. And when Spotify publicly pulled the plug, everyone else in Hollywood sat up straighter. Suddenly, this power couple started looking more like a cautionary tale than a creative force. Now there's buzz, serious buzz, that they might try to launch their own platform, their own production company, full creative control, no gatekeepers. But let's be real. With what funding? And with what audience? That kind of venture needs either a cult following or serious investors. Meghan and Harry don't have either. Not anymore. They stormed into Hollywood like a whirlwind, but the lightning has faded. The storm's passed. What's left is fog. And it's not just a business crisis. Behind the scenes, there's tension between the two. Quiet tension. Not explosive, but obvious. Missed joint appearances, conflicting PR statements, diverging strategies. Meghan's pushing hard, forward momentum, fast moves, headlines. Harry's lost. He doesn't know where he fits. He's trying, sources say, to pivot into activism storytelling. But the delivery's off. He wants to connect emotionally, but it feels forced. The camera catches everything, and when emotion doesn't feel real, it backfires. They're not moving as a unit anymore. Meghan's chasing reinvention, Harry's wandering in uncertainty, and Hollywood sees it. Here's the cold truth. Sympathy doesn't last forever. When they first left the royal family, people rallied. They wanted to believe. They did believe. But now it's starting to feel transactional, strategic, not heartfelt. They built a brand around being mistreated, misunderstood. That worked for a while. But eventually, if your story doesn't evolve, people tune out. They've started tuning out. And their inner circle? It's full of yes men now, people too afraid to say what needs to be said. This isn't working. Real success in Hollywood isn't born from echo chambers. It's born from authenticity, from risk, from knowing your audience and delivering. Meghan and Harry haven't done that. One producer who worked closely with them even said it bluntly. They had the world's attention and fumbled it. That quote is going around everywhere, quietly but powerfully. The press machine is still trying. Their team is hustling, pushing stories, selling the next big thing. But the outlets aren't biting like they used to. Even the tabloids aren't spinning overdrive anymore. The temperature has cooled. No more royal rebellion, no explosive leaks, just a slow fade into background noise. And that's the worst place you can land in Hollywood. Not hated, not loved, just ignored. Hate means passion. Love means interest. But indifference, that's fatal. You don't come back from that easily. So now the question isn't, will Meghan and Harry get another deal? It's, will anyone care if they do? They left the royal family to build something bold, something new. But even royal dreams need structure, need grit, need work. Without that, they collapse under their own weight. The stage is still there, but the spotlight has moved. And the silence now? It's deafening. It's louder than any scandal, more telling than any tell-all interview. Meghan and Harry once owned the narrative, but now the industry has turned the page, quietly, but completely. What's really wild is how quickly it all shifted. Just 2 years ago, Meghan and Harry were everywhere. On magazine covers, in breaking headlines, on every major streaming platform's wish list. They were hot, untouchable. The very definition of media royalty. Now, they've become the warning every studio whispers about in meetings. Don't let this turn into a Meghan and Harry situation. That's the line. It's not personal. It's not bitter. It's just business. And that's what they never fully understood. Hollywood doesn't owe you loyalty. Not for your last name, not for your trauma, not even for your palace escape. You have to deliver, again and again. You have to evolve faster than the cycle that made you famous. And maybe that's the saddest part. They didn't build a legacy. They didn't cement anything lasting. They had the perfect storm of intrigue, attention, and opportunity, and let it evaporate into soft-focused content and brand-safe storytelling. People wanted to root for them, genuinely. But you can't coast on goodwill forever. You either grow with your audience, or you lose them. And right now, Meghan and Harry are slipping through the cracks of an industry that once couldn't stop talking about them. There's still time, sure, but not much. And not the kind of time they used to have, where the world paused for them. The clock is ticking. And in Hollywood, the only sound louder than applause is silence.